Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film a Valentine's Day makeup look. I personally for one do not celebrate Valentine's Day. I just feel like love should be celebrated every single day of the year rather than just one main day. So yeah, I just wanted to do a makeup look which involved a wearable pink because sometimes I find that Valentine's Day is all about the reds and the pinks, but I wanted to do like a hint of pink. I've got an idea in my head of what I want it to look like, but I don't know if it's going to turn out like that. So let's just get straight into the makeup look. I'm going to moisturize my face. I haven't moisturized this morning and my face feels so like tight. I am using the Giorgio Armani Glow On Balm and I love this because it gives me moisture but it doesn't feel too like heavy on the skin, but it leaves my skin with a really nice glow. Because I feel like my skin still needs a little bit more moisture. I'm going to take the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer. I'm taking 2 squirts of that and putting that all over my face as well. So I've let that sit on my skin for a little bit and I'm going to take a combination of foundations. I'm going to take the Total Cover by L'Oreal and I'm going to mix a little bit of the Luminous Silk in there. I've got like the tiniest amount that I can still kind of like squeeze out of there. And then I'm taking a big squirt of this. And I personally find that the Total Cover foundation works better with like a buffing brush. So I'm taking the Morphe, what one is this? The M439, and I'm just going to like push that into the skin. I try not to like buff it too much because otherwise I get too many like lines on my face. And with my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to kind of take any excess off. I love doing this because it makes your skin look really skin-like. And almost like the foundation is just like merged in really well into your skin. In case you're wondering, my eyebrows are already filled in. I'm actually getting them microbladed, I think next week. And I'm so excited because it basically will mean I will kind of just not need to fill my eyebrows in. I'm going to try and snap the whole treatment, or at least as much as I can of the treatment, because I want you guys to see like what it's all about and my thoughts on it. So I'm really excited for that. And now I'm going to quickly add some concealer to the usual places. I'm going to use my Maybelline Anti-Age Eye Rewind Concealer. I can never get the name right for this, but I'm going to put this on with my damp beauty blender in the usual areas that I like to apply it, make sure it's all nice and blend it out. I'm going to put some of this rose gold highlighter on from MUA Luxe, and I'm going to take my other beauty blender. I'm just going to like put like the big rounded end on there and then just add that to the high points of my cheeks. And for cream contour, I'm using my Becca Low Light Sculpt. And this brush is so cute. It's by Zoeva and it's called the Petite Defined Buffer. And I'm just going to put that in the usual areas that I like to contour. I always like going over with my beauty blender because this really helps blend everything into the skin. And I'm going to set all that. I'm using the Banana Powder by Rodial underneath my eyes. And this is just going on all the places where we applied the concealer. I'm taking Hoola bronzer on top of all the contour. And then for my powder highlight, I'm taking this L'Oreal eyeshadow, which is in the shade Nude 206. And I have been loving this for highlight. I just literally put my brush in here. This is the ABH brush. And then I highlight my cheeks. And this, seriously, I know it's not a highlight, but my God, can you see that? I think I put way too much on. So I'm going to tone it down a little bit. Just taking my beauty blender and going over it because that is looking really, really much. I'm also going to take a little bit down the bridge of my nose. And for blush, I'm still not over my NYX Sweet Cheeks palette. And I'm going to take this pink colour here and put that on to the apples of my cheeks. Honestly, guys, this blush is so good value for money. Like, ever since I've got it, I don't really think I've used any other blush because there's every single colour in here, like, to suit my mood. So if you're after a good drugstore blush palette, then definitely check this one out. I'm going to move on to eyes. I really want the showstopper of this look to be the eyes. So I'm going to prime them really quickly. So I'm going to do the usual. I'm going to first apply Benefit's Air Patrol all over my eyelids. My eyelids are a little bit red because I did tweeze some odd like hairs out. And I find that using a really thin layer of this works the best. Now I'm just going to set the eyelids with that Rodial banana powder. You can use any powder. This one's just the closest to me. I have just zoomed you guys in so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to grab this Stila palette right here. This is called the Matte and Metal palette, which looks like this. And the colours in here are really like mauvey, because I wanted to use some slight like purpley tones, and this one just screamed to me. I'm going to take this shade right here and apply that to the brow bone. So I have this idea in my head of what I want this eye look to look like. So hopefully it looks like that. If not, I'm sorry. I'm taking like my favorite crease brush of all time. This basically does the job for you. This is the Urban Decay large blending brush. So taking that brush, I'm going to grab this shade and really slowly build up the crease. I want to keep the colour basically really rounded. I'm not going to like bring it out because I want this to be a really kind of like nice, kind of like cute round eye rather than like a glamorous winged eye. Now I'm going to take this purpley mauvey shade and apply it to the outer and inner corners of the eyes. Basically, I'm like creating a really soft halo eye because I want the lower lashes or the lower part of the eye to really stand out. So I just wanted to do something quite like, not too glam, but glam enough for the top part of the eye. I've just added a little bit more of that crease shade into the crease just to make sure it's all nice and blended, because I felt like my eyeshadow was looking a little bit weird, but now it's definitely making a little bit more sense. For that halo shade, I wanted to take my Natasha Denona palette out. It's got some gorgeous like shimmery shades in here. I can't fit my head and this palette into this frame, but I'm going to take a mixture of this shade and also this goldy green shade and put that into the center of my eyelids. And I'm going to use my fingers because I find that these apply best straight from like your finger rather than a brush. Like that is really pigmented. I'm definitely gonna have to blend this out because this is way too much than what I initially wanted. That definitely needs toning down, so I'm taking more of that kind of mauvey shade and applying it back into the inner and outer corners of the eyes to make sure everything's nice and blended and diffused into the eye. That looks way better. Like, it looks so much more subtle. I think I found my like favorite drugstore eyeliner, and it's this L'Oreal Infallible Gel Eyeliner. This is in the black shade. I'm basically going to run this along the top waterline, and this is going to help all of our eyelashes look really thick, and it's so pigmented, and this lasts for so long as well. I'm going to really quickly apply some of my false lash sculpt mascara onto my top lashes. This next bit is the bit that I've kind of been waiting to do. I wanted to use a bright pink eyeliner and really like smoke out the lower part of my eye with a really bright pink. So this is the only pink eyeliner I could find. I think it's kind of old. It's from Bourjois. It's like a waterproof clubbing eyeliner of theirs. And it is hot, hot pink. So I'm going to just warm it up on the back of my hand first because I don't want to go straight into my eyes. But now I'm basically going to put this all over my eye, my waterline, and then I'm basically going to kind of like drag this into the lash line itself. And this is just going to help us smudge everything out. It's kind of like what I envisioned, but you guys know me. I'm going to go back in and add more eyeshadow to my top part of my eyes because I like everything to be like speaking to each other rather than being really like distant neighbors. I know this is quite bright underneath my eyes, but I'm going to amp it up a little bit more, and I'm going to take this shade right here. This is called Radioactive, and it's by Melt Cosmetics, and it is like the most neon pink I've ever seen in my entire life. This is actually a Real Techniques lip brush. I was trying to find something like pointy enough that wasn't going to poke me in the eye, so I thought this lip brush would be best, and I'm literally just taking like 2 or 3 dabs of this and putting this on. I'm kind of putting it on where we kind of started to smoke it out on our lash line, kind of like just underneath the lash line. This is going to intensify this colour. And it's also going to set the eyeliner in place so it's not going to budge. That is looking really pink. So I'm going to take some of that mauvey shade again from that Stila palette. And I'm just going to help kind of diffuse the edges out, because I don't want it to be too crazily pink, but like pink enough. Okay, now it's time to do my usual like darkening up the top part of the eye to make sure it matches the bottom. And just adding more colours into the areas that I kind of feel like it needs it. So I'm probably going to go back in with that really shimmery shade in the centre of the eyelids, just to give it a little bit more of a pop. Quickly just putting a little bit of this false lash sculpt mascara to my lower lashes, although I could totally do with like a hot pink mascara there. I don't think I have one, so we're just gonna go with black. Okay guys, I lied. I do have a pink mascara. This is a YSL pink mascara. It's called the Mascara Vinyl Couture, so let's try and see if I can cover the black up with some of this. It took a good 2 layers to add that pink mascara, but we finally got it on there. And I've also got a little bit on my top lashes. But now I'm going to apply some falsies. I wanted some really like wispy, like fluttery ones. And I had these 2 from Flutter lashes right here. They don't have names on them, which is really annoying because I don't know which ones they are. I will find out for you. But I think I'm going to use this pair right here. So it's like a mix of like just fluttery enough, but it will still look like I'm wearing lashes on my lashes. So I'm going to quickly put these on off camera, and then I'll be back to finish off the rest of the makeup. I am back with my lashes on. They are really like natural, but they've got a thick band, so it kind of thickens up the base. But I really like them. They're very kind of like daytime wear. I have slightly taken whatever's left on this pink kind of brush that I used, and I've just kind of like flicked it out really slightly. So it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a fake eyeliner, like winged eye, but not really. One last final step I'm going to do for the eyes is I'm going to take some of this Star Lit liquid in the shade O2. This is by Makeup Forever, and I'm going to just plonk a little bit of this into the inner corners of my eye as like an inner corner highlight. And then I'm going to take a little brush and just kind of blend out the edges so that it looks nice and diffused. And this is a really nice like pink undertone to it, so it will go with the look really well as well. And that is the eyes completed. You can totally tone down the like neonness that I've got going on in my eyes, but I really like it. I feel like it kind of adds pink without there being pink like all over your eyelids, if you know what I mean. Moving on to lips, I'm going to use this shade here, which is called Queen Bee. It's a mauvey shade to go with like the eyes. So I'm just going to pop this on. This is by Too Faced, and it's a matte liquid lipstick. And the final step now is to set everything in place. I'm going to use my Slay All Day by Gerard Cosmetics. Go to town. Oh, got it in my eye. Don't get it in your eye. So I'm just going to add a generous amount onto my face. So that, you guys, is the end of this makeup look. I know it's quite like dramatic in that sense, but it's still very wearable, especially if you tone down the pink that I've got on underneath my eyes. I do really hope you guys enjoyed this pink makeup look for Valentine's Day or anti-Valentine's Day or whatever you're doing on Valentine's Day, or if you just want to wear it on a casual Sunday. It's totally up to you, but yeah, I do really hope you guys enjoyed the makeup look. Please don't forget to follow me on my social medias. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everything. It's all Kaushal Beauty, and all the links will be in the info box below. But I think that is all for now. I don't think I'm forgetting to tell you guys anything. But yeah, I guess I'll see you all in my next video.